What's up, jerks? Are we live? I hope this is working. StreamYard's been down all day, having Zoom issues. I'm also really actually a little pissed off right now. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't read any of the comments, but hearing my mods get pissed by how friggin' rude some of you guys are while you're watching me trying to get the audio going, while I'm walking dogs, while I'm late for dogs trying to get the stream up for you guys. You guys are giving me shit in the stream, in the comments. If you can't be nice, if you piss off my mods, you're gone. You're never coming back. I'm just letting you know right now. Every time I looked up, someone's like, "Hit the left button." Can't you see me hitting the left button? Oh man, I never get mad at you, but today I am pissed because all the shit that I try to do to get these streams up today, you don't even know how late I was for my dog walk. You don't even know. And then to find out from my mods that they're so upset by how rude some of you were in that chat today. Jesus Christ. Can't you tell there's issues with StreamYard, there's issues with the Zoom. I spent hours on this shit today. All right, enough about that. Let's get the guest. I have a great guest. I'm so happy she's here. She's gonna calm me down. I hope this is working. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm using a new system. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing right now. Attorney Nan Gallagher, are you here today?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Could you hear me?
I can. Ooh, all right. Guys, I don't know what's been going on in the chat, but
Oh,
I can tell you StreamYard is a train wreck today, and I apologize for being late to my favorite young jerk and to all of you. And we're on a different platform right now to make sure that we're streaming. So let's all be nice. We're all here for the same reason, except the hate watchers. So to the hate watchers, I want to wish you well. You're going to get completely lambasted tomorrow, and I'm here for it. But your chat is going to have to let me know if things look or sound bad because I'm not even sure it's recognizing the right microphone or any of that. But I'm happy to be here, Mike.
sounds good from here. Hopefully
Okay.
it sounds good. Everyone, no complaints so far. Everyone's being nice.
All
Now
right.
they're saying, "Where's Mike?" Don't start with me, Angie. What the hell is this? Where's Mike? I'm on the screen, right? Am I on the screen? I,
Um,
I better be.
I'm not sure because I can tell you I'm looking on
I don't know how to hide that. This is so weird. I don't even know how to get rid of a comment after it comes on the screen.
I'm looking on YouTube and it does not look like it started on YouTube.
Really?
That's what it's looking like to me.
Let me check it out. Hold on 1 second. If it is, we might have to call it a day. No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm watching
Are
myself.
you?
Hold on. Yeah, yeah. We're on a different stream though. That's why. We're in a different one. That's what you're talking about. So we
Uh,
we basically had to create a new one. There's a new link. We're live. We are live.
hey everybody. Let's try this again. Ooh, all right.
We're
So
live. There we go. I figured out how to get the comment off the screen too. Yeah, we had to create a new link because we didn't have access to the StreamYard one to change it. It's just so yeah, we are live right now.
okay.
So Nan, what tell us a lot that's happened in court this week. Yesterday, I was just really surprised, but not surprised because I'm the one who actually kind of low down predicted that he wasn't going to do a rebuttal yesterday, Hank Brennan. Um, and again, people were calling me stupid in my chat because I brought that up that he wouldn't bring up the rebuttal witnesses.
All right, so I apologize, Mike. Say it one more time. I got you, but I was distracted because you're right. You're on a different link. Say it one more time, my friend. I'm with you guys.
So I was just saying yesterday, Hank Brennan did something he hasn't done before, I believe, made a good decision. And I low key predicted it. I said, I don't think he's gonna, is there a chance he doesn't do the rebuttal? Why would he even do this? And again, people in my chat, a couple people in my chat were giving me shit about it, saying I was stupid. And stupid was right. Which happens a lot. It's so funny how often I get called stupid and then I turn out to be right. And
Me
that's
too.
why today I'm just like F you all. Like F you all. All the critics, F you all. I was right again. Why do you think he didn't bring up the rebuttal?
I think he was afraid. So I think that once we had a situation where there was Welcher with the X-rays existed, and whether Welcher had them and didn't review them, or Brennan had them and didn't give them to Welcher, or Brennan didn't know they existed, that Brennan did not want to put Brennan, or someone over Brennan's head did not want to put Welcher on the stand and have him face the music, because Karen's defense team would have absolutely shredded Welcher on that. Welcher had made such a big sticking point about that this is the area of injury and there's no x-rays and they would have been helpful to see. So that would have been a really gaping wound for the Commonwealth to try to recover from. Also, the issue with the holes in the hoodie and Maureen, I think her name is Maureen Hartnett, but the actual cutting of the hoodie for forensic testing. I don't think that Brennan or someone above Brennan's head wanted to face the music and have her sit down and be cross-examined on the parts of the hoodie that she tested, etc. Ultimately, Brennan made a decision, or someone over his head made a decision, that it was probably best to not end the case, meaning not have a rebuttal where his own experts or fact witnesses like Welcher or Hartnett are just getting shredded by the defense team. I think it was the smart decision that was made by the Commonwealth. However, it really did seem to me like he just quit and gave up. The entire week has been a cascade downward spiral for the Commonwealth. I mean, every single witness that was called by Karen's team has brought just in a very vital piece of the pie that has to be considered. I mean, this is the most quintessential and potent reasonable doubt case that I have ever seen in my quarter of a century of doing this. I know I'm not alone in that. And when you have such momentum building from the defense, like this was a classic wait for us. You guys got to wait for us because we got a story to tell you. And I don't recall going back to the openings in 2.0 if Alan said, "Wait for us." I know Yannetti said it on 1.0, which I thought was just so articulate, so poignant for him to say that. But this case, 2.0, the defense that has gone in, it really has been a wait for us type of moment. So with every single fact witness, ranging from Barros and even Dever or Dever, however you pronounce her name, to Lucky, to every single expert, plus all of the cross-examination of the Commonwealth's witnesses and experts. It's this is ripe and ready. It's ripe and ready for the jury to do the right thing here. I'm really praying we don't have stupidity. I'm praying we don't have plants. Praying we don't have um, overthinkers. Juries are not for overthinkers. They're just not. Juries are supposed to be for those who have an understanding of what the instructions say, have done their best to listen, have put their biases aside, don't fall victim to any external pressures that should never have been placed on them in the first place, and do the right thing. But we don't even just have reasonable doubt. We have a tsunami, an absolute tsunami of doubt here. And
I gotta break in here. The breaking news right now. Number
ooh,
one, I will say before I get to the breaking news, the juror last night almost quoted me. She said they were some of the jurors too smart for their own good. That's the way I felt. Like sometimes people, like you said, overthink things. But the breaking news, I think everyone in the chat is going nuts right now. Turtle Boy is not guilty on this
ah,
misdemeanor case.
yes.
HPO case, he won. He won today. So that's phenomenal
Oh.
news. I'm so happy about that. What do you think, Dan?
Okay. So we can talk about that. First of all, I'm like so happy I was with a friend when I got that news. Thank you. And I'm not looking at your chat. thank you everybody for letting Mike know and Mike letting me know. I saw some of the trial today. To be perfectly honest with you all, oh, there's Roselle walking by. I don't know if you guys saw her. I very rarely have the doors open. She might make a rare appearance. But I had a hard time hearing the trial just because like the witnesses didn't have a microphone or an effective microphone. But from everything I was hearing, I thought several things. I thought, thank God this is a bench trial. And I thought Cosgrove needed to hang it up 40 years ago. The guy is just getting a little long in the tooth. But I didn't hear all of the evidence, but it sounded to me from what I had heard last, which I think was a woman named Lauren Cologne or something like that. When I saw her testifying earlier, I kept thinking this judge is moving this case along and he seems to be very pro defendant or pro Aiden in the matter. So I'm exceedingly happy for him. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. How do you feel? I get to interview you. How do you feel about this?
Feeling I think that's the correct decision, obviously. I mean, the guy left the court. He asked the cop where to stand, and there's no evidence all the crap they're saying, like the vandalism. And I, w- I I'm kind of aggravated actually because I didn't have enough time. I wanted to upload that video of her and her Frank. I don't know if people
Yeah,
saw that video, but I mean that I think that just showing that video, I think that sealed the deal with the judge. I think the judge saw that video like we all saw the video and said, "Oh, this is who Lindsay is. She's someone that has a lot of restraining orders in her life. So this is not a game. She acts like it is, and thank God for Turtle Boy that he gets to be at least one less case he has to deal with. And I just got to say, Tim Bradle, I know we love Betterow here. He's always on the show, but and people want to know why Betterow wasn't there. It's just because it was a misdemeanor. It wasn't worth him traveling to
right.
Massachusetts for it. But thank God for Tim Bradle. Tim Bradle is just a good guy. I love the guy. I've had some legal issues over the last couple of years here. Just things have come up, and he's like one of the best guys. He calls me back. He spent like time talking to me. And he's just a great guy, and thank God he is representing Turtle Boy because that's
Wow.
what exactly what he needs. And congrats to Turtle Boy. Congrats to Tim Bradle, Mark Betterow, and especially Courtney Haley, the legal what do we call her? Paralegal.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal too. So congratulations to all of them.
Just a couple other additional comments on this, which is I heard or I had read, I don't think I heard him testify, but I heard Paul O'Keefe basically conceded that KP had kind of orchestrated the whole thing. I'm paraphrasing chat, so please understand. I wasn't up on everything today, but he testified apparently honestly, which is good. So Krusty Panties is going to face some music moving forward in terms of any violation or indirect violation of any restraining order as it relates to her. So I guess I would say I'm happy Paul O'Keefe did the right thing. And as far as Aiden is concerned, this is a monkey off. This is one of many monkeys off his back. But when you have a strong support system, yes, when you have good attorneys who aren't cheap, but when you have an army behind you, and I know that courtroom was full, you can accomplish anything. So I feel like this is great. And look at all of you who I don't know how many people are watching, but all of you and everyone else out there who's just supporting him. Like, isn't that great? You can celebrate together. Yeah.
I wish I was there today. I imagine it's like a big celebration outside of court. I just can't imagine. I'm gonna look at some of the streams and see
Yeah. You should
the
start
speeches.
looking. I'll start
Yeah.
rambling if you want. Throw me any question you want. You just wind me up. I'm like a performing monkey.
We may have to look for that towards the end of the stream, maybe. If I can figure out how to put up video on this. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm
That's
I'm using what
okay.
am I using? It's called EV Mux. I don't even know what the hell this is.
Oh, you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
I wore a shirt for you today, by the way. We're
You
gonna keep
did.
we're gonna keep this light and breezy, guys. We're it.
Um,
This is
can I
closing argument.
can I show you? I'm gonna make you a little jealous right now too. Do you
Yeah.
mind?
Please.
This is, one of my new hats I got. You see whose hat this is? Who gave me the
Oh,
hat?
yeah. Hey, James Jackson, where's mine? Okay, I'm gonna see James. That's sick. By the way,
I got the layover hat.
you look
Wait,
great
wait.
in a hat. Is
Yeah, and I got this. These are the 2 classic huge CDs and Static Selector. They're both like, and they
that
have,
nice?
like, it on this on these CDs, you got, Little Fame, Sean Price, Smith& and Wesson, Havoc, Cool G Rap, Royce da 5'9", and then you got JFK, bro, and Caleb Quelly. I mean, major names on this. MLP Judicus from The Locks,
Sweet.
Cassidy Saigon, Terminology, Caleb Quelly, and then again, you got JFK. So these are compilations that JFK gave me, and I can't wait to check them out. So some really good independent hip hop, rap, and JFK is on both of them. So
That is
I'm
awesome.
yeah.
JFK sends me music, so I can go running. Whenever I hear things that he's playing on his streams, I'm like, "Can you send that to me for when I go running?" I saw a great picture of you with him, that was on social media this week, which was great. And James Jackson, if you're watching, I'm still gonna see you on Tuesday night, and you better bring me a layover hat. And that's my color, Mike. That's not fair.
I,
Um
where are you meeting them on Tuesday? Why didn't I get invited? What's going on here?
Well, you're invited if you'd like.
Is it local? Is it well, my neck or is it down south?
I'm going to North Shore Nacho Night at
Oh,
JJ Grimsby's at I think it's at 6 o'clock, might be
might have to go there.
6:30. So if anyone's watching who's going to be there, I'm going with well, not going with. I'm meeting James Jackson there. So even if we have a verdict by then, I'm coming up and I look forward to spending time with my new second family. So we'll be there Tuesday night. I think that's the 17th. Is it? I don't know. Someone will tell me this Tuesday. I would say see you next Tuesday, but then everyone will insert inappropriate jokes. So, but yeah, we'll be there that night. And James, if you're watching, I want a layover hat. I have
Mhm.
my you say it's probably backwards, but you say wicked like it's a bad thing. So
Make it
whenever
awesome.
yeah, whenever you say wicked, so I wore my wicked shirt for you. But anyway, enough about my apparel and your apparel, and congrats to Aiden. Here we are. It's like Christmas Eve. We're gonna do closings.
It's gonna be great. I'm well before we get to tomorrow, I
Yeah,
still want to talk about Welcher and Brennan because I feel like another like the one of the biggest reasons I felt like Welcher wasn't gonna be called as a rebuttal is twofold. Because I number one, I don't think Welcher wanted to go through it again. I think that he knew this is bad for our company.
right.
But beyond that, Hank Brennan, he personally has some what do we call this? Exposure, some
Ethics,
liability. Like it's
ethics
almost like
problems.
self-protection mode. Why would he do that to himself knowing that this could affect his career? Like so I
Yep.
think he had a choice to choose himself over the prosecution. Do you think there's some truth to that? That he
Yeah.
basically said, I gotta protect myself more than I need to convict Karen Reed at this point.
I think that's a great question, and the answer is absolutely. So when first off, an attorney can't put a witness on the stand if he or she knows that the witness is going to perjure themselves. In addition to that, I think Brennan, who has been a just a dirty street fighter this entire trial, who for all the reasons we've discussed over the last few months, Mike, and I know you've been discussing with others like the gaslighting to the extreme, all of that. But this particular week in the defense case, Brennan, there was a shift. You're old enough as we're Gen X. You're old enough to remember the old phrase jumped the shark from Happy Days, like
Yeah.
when Fonzie jumped the shark.
Yeah,
And
on water skis.
and when Brennan
Well, they went to Hawaii. That was the Hawaii vacation one, the like two-parter.
Yeah. When they when when Fonzie jumped the shark, I was like, "Okay, we got an issue here."
Wasn't he wearing was he had a I think if I'm recalling, I gotta remember this. Did he have a leather jacket and shorts on? Is that what he
Yeah,
was doing?
because who doesn't wear that? Yeah, absolutely. But yes, Brennan jumped the whole case jumped the shark this week, but Brennan did especially. We saw what was, and I will still maintain that he's a complete idiot. I know Bettero disagrees with me on that, but Brennan is a complete idiot. Is he a bad attorney? No, he's not a bad attorney. I mean, he knows how to play the game. He doesn't play it fairly. And unfortunately, I know several attorneys like that. But this particular week, Brennan, we saw the shift. We saw the way he mistreated Rentschler he mistreated Russell, he mistreated La Posada, he mistreated Wolf, and he mistreated Rentschler. If I double pronounced his name in that list, I apologize. But we went from like cross examination, which is fair, give a fair cross, which is what Bev should have allowed all along for both sides. Let the experts in if they're going to come in, if they pass through Daubert challenges, and I dare say many of the Commonwealth witnesses would have never even survived a Daubert challenge. But if witnesses, as kind of analyzed by a judge, pass through any Daubert challenges, and or whether there are no Daubert challenges, let the parties and the attorneys cross-examine these witnesses. But what we saw from Brennan was just vicious, just absolute disrespect. And it was also coming from the judge, like the stupid comment yesterday about Rentschler's son's birth, or I assume it was his son, Kai, might have been a daughter, but his son, he just wished his child a happy birthday. Let it go, Bev. And when you have all of this, and then you have Brennan, especially at the end of Rentschler's testimony. I mean, I was a little embarrassed to be an attorney at the time, because that's not ethical comporting of yourself. That's not being a respectable barrister with integrity. And that's why I knew at the time, and I don't think I'm alone, that Brennan, he hit the point of no return. And by not putting in a rebuttal, although I dare say that decision came above his head, by not doing that, I think, as you said, Mike, he kind of chose, like, what am I going to do here? Is it about prosecuting Karen Reed and getting a guilty verdict, or is it about saving my own skin or my own neck? And I think he chose himself. And guess what, Brennan? It might be too late for you. You've crossed a lot of lines here, in my opinion, and you're going to have some answering to do in the future. So we'll see. But I'm happy there was no rebuttal. But I'm also sad there was no rebuttal, because it would have presented another wonderful opportunity for Karen's team to really shine a light, a very disinfecting light on all of this. And hopefully the jury's picking it up.
So, I think so. I'm feeling really good. Tomorrow
Yeah.
is Friday. It's the closing. They're gonna start. She says they're gonna get there early, 8:30, so they may actually start at 9 a.m. And then they're gonna do obviously the closing, probably an hour and a half each, probably to get them to around lunchtime, I'm guessing. And then Bev's gonna do the jury instructions, and then the jury is probably gonna have some time to deliberate on Friday afternoon, going into the weekend. I'm like, for me tomorrow, just to let people know that watch the streams. If StreamYard's working, if it's not, actually, I'll stream it on here with this EV Mux or whatever. But if our stream goes down tomorrow, people, it's not coming back up, because I'm not going to be able to get back home and reset it up. So just to let you know now, because I'm going to be driving out to our remote broadcast in Fall River with the Grace Curley Show and the Howie Car Radio Network. As soon as that's done, I'm driving right over to the courthouse to stand outside, and I'm just praying that I'm there when that verdict comes down, not guilty. And I think it's going to be crazy tomorrow. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm going to be getting there later afternoon. I'm worried that they're not going to let me in there, because there's going to be so many people
Oh,
headed.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a zoo tomorrow. I think everyone should show up, if not Friday, on Monday. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to see a lot of you there. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's going to come down tomorrow, Friday afternoon? Do you think it's going to be Monday, Tuesday? When do you think this jury might actually get to voting on a verdict?
Statistically, verdicts come down more on Fridays. In fact, I was doing the research because when I heard that it was going to be Friday, I was like, wait, hold on. Roselle, do not do that. Do not knock my cords. But when I heard that it was going to, or closing arguments were going to be Friday, I said, well, that's where the statistics trend. I think this is open and shut. So I'd actually love that if they adhere to statistics and a verdict comes in of no, not guilty on Friday afternoon. But with that said, I I think you're going to get a verdict on Monday. And the reason I do, and I'm bummed to say that because I'm supposed to be in the courtroom on Wednesday, but if deliberations carry to Wednesday, I'm going to be really bummed because that means that they can't make up their minds. So selfishly, I want to see it, but I think ultimately you're going to see a verdict Monday. And here's why: because by the time they present their closing arguments, and I think I don't know if Bev ended up deciding if she was going to let them each have an hour and 15 minutes. So let's assume she did. By the time they do that, and then the jury instructions are given to the jurors, then there's lunch. I heard there's going to be an abbreviated lunch for the attorneys. I I think people just don't walk in a room, jurors that is, and say, you know what, have we heard enough? All right, not guilty. You want them. I mean this to all free Karen Reed supporters, of which I am. You want them to at least sit down and give Karen, give John O'Keefe, just give them the opportunity for you to just consider the bullshit that you just listened to for 8 weeks of your life. I'm not saying go through every piece of evidence or lay it all out there or make requests to see this or that. And by the way, a lot of people ask this question, Mike, like they don't sit in a room with all the evidence. Like they have to request to see things, and things will be brought to them if the judge, in conjunction with the attorneys, agrees to let them see it. But you want this jury to look and consider, or at least, kind of circle back and say, are we sure? Are we sure that it's not Karen? Or are we sure that it is Karen who committed these crimes? And I'm thinking it's going to be Monday. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll be Friday. That would be great. What a wonderful weekend that everyone will.
I know, so I need it. I need a good weekend, and then just I'm gonna go on vacation after that. I think for like a week or two. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there'll be who knows because there'll be probably a lot of people to still talk to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, witnesses, jurors, lawyers. Yeah, Larry Legend. Thank you so much for the super
Oh,
chat. I hope I don't miss a lot of the super chats tonight. There's no way. This is weird because it doesn't show you in like one place. So if I miss them going by, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best with the new system here, but I saw I Larry Legend dropped one. He says Brennan got left holding the bag. Experts refused to return because of his actions. Obach X post is 100. Correct. Hashtag verified. Sauces. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, either way, whether it was Brennan or Welshler, whether it was Aperture, it either way, they're both screwed. That's what I was.
yeah.
That's why I thought there was a good chance there wasn't going to be a rebuttal because either side, whether it was the witness and the company or the special prosecutor, they both had reasons not to want to do that personally. No, beyond the case for their own reputations, for their own business, for their own future. So whether it was the witness or Brennan himself, I don't think it really makes a difference. It's the same damn thing. But yeah, I can definitely see it could have been the witness that didn't want to testify.
Yeah, I just want to give a little shout out to La. Hey, how are you? And I agree. OBOK's post, like everyone should go look at her post from, I guess it was last evening. There are verified sources, as you all say up there, that have revealed a little bit of the inside baseball on this. I don't think Brennan wanted to be left holding the. I don't think he wanted to be holding the bag. I think that Morrissey has his hands all over this, and it's interesting as an aside to see Lally arguing these motions today, or the positions on some of the jury charges, or the positions on some of the evidence as whether it's going to get admitted or not. Ultimately, Lally is kind of, he's just been an understudy. I don't even think that's the right word during trial 2.0. He's done some very light lifting, but his hands are all over this. In fact, I'll go one step further. John O'Keefe's blood is on Lally's hands, McLaughlin's hands, Brennan's hands, Morrissey's hands. These are lawyers. Like, this is why I say sometimes I have moments of despair, like real existential crises in my life where I'll say, I don't get it. The behavior that I've seen out of some of the Commonwealth's attorneys, it leaves me questioning whether or not I have the ability to stand up and practice with integrity without calling these people out as complete assholes every single day of my life. That's just not what you should think of when you think of attorneys. And Brennan, he chose himself, and that's fine. We'll see how his closing comes. He seemed very dismissive yesterday when Judge Bev was asking him, how long do you think you'll need? Or, do you want an hour and 15 minutes? And he's like, oh, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. We'll see. You'll see how passionately or not passionately he argues closing arguments tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see if it's the Brennan with the fire and brimstone that you've been seeing during the cross examinations all along the way. Let's see if he's still got gas in that tank. And if he does, and he gives passioned pleas to this jury for them to hold Karen accountable, then I have to tell you, Mike, my personal feeling is, and it's mine and not that of the show, there's a special place in hell for people like Hank Brennan, because he's had a choice every single day since he took on this case, since he took every dollar in, every dollar of taxpayers, and there's more. I mean, people think, oh, it's 200 something $1,000 he's been paid. He hasn't been paid for this trial yet. And there's costs. And I'm sure his paralegal, there's fees going to her as well, or some allocation to supplement what he pays her. But he's made a choice every single day. Every day he's insulted an expert. Every day he comported himself, in my opinion, unethically and just with absolute disdain for esteemed experts. And we'll see if he doubles down tomorrow. I'm going to be tomorrow. Did they say the start time is 8:30, or they want the lawyers there at 8:30? Does anyone know that?
Why is there start at 9?
Yeah, so I know I'll be on with Boston Mike on Seeking Justice for a little bit in the morning. Then I have to get to an appointment. Then I'll be back. I'm hoping to catch the closing arguments, which I hear. I'm hearing things, so I'm hearing good things about them. We'll see how they go. It's going to be fun. It's fun to listen to good storytelling, and it does me saying it's going to be fun. Like, I've taken a lot of heat on social media when I wished the defense team, good luck. I wish you all the best and a little bit of fun as you put in your defense case. I did that like last week or so, and people came at me on my social media like, "How dare you say this is fun?" And I went back at them, and I said, I guess you would have to be an attorney to understand, but like, we do what we do because we love what we do. And for her team, they've lived this case with her for years. They've faced criticism. Their families have faced criticism. They've worked pro bono. They've put other billable work aside. Some of them have traveled from way afar to be here or to be there. And to do this and to get gaslit and to be accused of their own alleged ethical improprieties as it related to ARCA, for example, or hiding the ball or not revealing certain things or being candid to the court. They've done all of that. And I can tell you, from enduring all of that, they should be entitled to have a little bit of enjoyment and excitement in putting arguments together, in weaving the tapestry together of how they tell this story the way it's supposed to be told, the truth. shed light on the truth. Let everyone see that it is not what it seems. If everyone just let the Commonwealth spin this narrative, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Karen didn't have all of the tremendous mental, psychological, and financial support she had? If she was indigent, and I know some people have been saying this, if she was indigent, she'd be behind bars right now. And you've got such a crisis going on up there, and it extends further to other cases. So yeah, to all the haters or the people who want to criticize me out there, I do wish Karen's team just a little bit of fun tomorrow when they tell the real story in a way that enraptures this jury, in a way that weaves it all together and hopefully sticks. I hope they stick the landing. And I apologize again for my signature glitching. So I'm not going to get rid of the glitching. I think it's very cheeky, and it shows everyone I don't know a thing about tech.
I'm just chilling now. Let me ask you about something that happened today. I was kind of curious about with the defense apparently withdrawing the what was this about the
Missing
missing
witness.
witness instruction one? Why would they do that? Why do you think they would do that after submitting it? That seems very kind of strange and curious. I'm wondering why. Is there any explanation on why they did that?
Well, the short answer is I know. I think I know why they did, but I'm not going to say specifically why I think I know they did because I refuse to help give any advance notice or insight to the Commonwealth. With that caveat, and that's a good thing, by the way, with that caveat, I would say that um, the defense withdrew it because there's probably a an approach they want to take in their closing that might conflict with that charge. That's really the most I can say on it. I mean, I know if so everyone understands the defense wants to be able to or at least by submitting that request, they wanted to be able to draw an adverse inference against the Commonwealth for not producing certain key witnesses, whether it's Proctor or Higgins or Brian Albert. And they've kind of withdrawn that. They're not going to at least go that route. So it's just leading me to believe there might be something in the closing that would.
Shell, you think? You think it's gonna be like something that we're gonna be like, wow? Because that's what I'm feeling. Like I don't really know, but I have a couple suspicions that I don't want to drop because I don't know if they're backed by anything. But I
Yeah,
just have a feeling there might be some bombshells dropped. Is that what you're feeling? Is that
yes,
maybe yeah.
I
So
do.
tomorrow, man. Oh wow, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like how am I gonna sleep tonight? How am I gonna I was like having trouble sleeping last night because of Aiden. And also, I don't know if people know, but you know about Mar Stringer. He
Yeah.
was in court today too, and I'm still waiting to see what's up with him.
Oh,
Today was a crazy court day. Karen in court, Aiden in court, Mar Stringer in court. It's like Jesus Christ, everybody I know is in court today, and
you guys have a hot
uh,
docket up there. You have a real
yeah,
hot
that was a
docket.
all different courts though, not all the same courts. One one in Boston, one in district. Was it Dedham district, and then Superior for Karen. It's so funny. Um,
Yeah.
But
I
we'll
think,
see. I'm
I
I'm
think
so
it's
looking forward to tomorrow. This
I
is
th
this is this is what we've been waiting for. I feel like I'm just feeling it. I feel like tomorrow, I'm just gonna wish it in the I'm just gonna manifest it. Friday is the day. I feel like tomorrow is the day. It could be Monday, but I just hope everybody watching, listening, just does extra prayers that tomorrow afternoon is the day, so none of us have to wait any longer. We just get this over with, and we go home and have a great weekend, and just maybe take next week off and just relax for once. Because I mean, a lot of us have felt the kind of stress in our lives from this. Have you felt it, Dan? Do you feel like you're a lawyer, you're probably professional, the feeling you're used to this, maybe coping skills?
I have
What do
felt
you
it,
think?
Mike. Let me
Yeah.
let me just this is not a pity Nan moment, but if you're asking, yeah, and I'm sure I can't speak for Betero, but I'm going to use him in this answer because he is not a streamer. I am not a streamer. We don't have channels. We both practice law full time. So that's the extent of which I'll mention him. Um, But yeah, like this, I have felt it. So I went from being a fan of content creators and a follower of all of this, not all of them, but many of the streams and riding the chats, to then getting a little bit more public and then being more vocal on social media. And then getting invited onto streams. And to do that, you have to watch what's going on. So, in addition to my job, which just kind of goes back to what you were saying at the beginning of your show, it's like if people were getting snippy with you in the chat, um, you know, you have a job, you have a life. This is in addition to that. For me, it's like, oh, okay, I got to stream with the Young Jerks later, I better make sure I'm up on what has happened. So while I'm working, I'm listening, or I'm making sure I've read a couple of very fair and balanced articles um, to stay informed. In some instances, I've had to stay up very late at night doing that, or I am an early bird, but making sure I'm not listening to music when I'm running. I'm listening to the Young Jerks from the night before, something like that. It's taken a toll on me. So I am excited that this will come to an end. I feel very strongly that there is going to be an acquittal. I know some law tubers have projected like chances of a mistrial, some chances of conviction. I don't see it. And I'm biased. I don't have to be impartial. That's another comment I get, Mike. Like people say, oh, you're so unprofessional. How dare you take a side on this? What are you talking about? Like, I'm a litigator. Of course I take sides. I sort through the BS and I decide which horse I'm going to bet on. And I'm betting on the Reed horse. And wouldn't it be great, although I don't project it, wouldn't it be great if there was a verdict statistically lining up with Friday afternoons and Bill Reed got to have one hell of a Father's Day? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, this man, you all have seen him. I mean, the guy is the goat. All right. When I have had some opportunities to speak with him, or to message with him, or to break bread with him, all he cares about is his daughter and his family and keeping his family happy and healthy and enjoying the time he has left, which I hope is a lot, many, many years to go hit the links. Maybe one day I'll go golfing with him. I'd love that. But wouldn't it be great for him to have a verdict in his daughter's favor on a Friday? Like, it's going to be really exciting, Mike. I'm going to be beaming ear to ear. I wish I was up there now. Yeah.
I have not been able to take time off, and tomorrow I told everyone, even my girlfriend, after I told her, she's like, "I need help with my car tomorrow." I'm like, "I
Uh-huh.
told you. I am going, I don't care." I told every single one of my customers 10 times, "I am taking the day off and I'm going. I don't care. I don't care what, don't call me. Do not call me." Allison, Curington sent $10. She says, Welcher probably sunk most of the money on field experiments. Hank never had a rebuttal to give, only played out for voir dire fodder." That's also what a lot of people have suggested too, that maybe it was all just just a bluff, that he never actually planned on bringing out Welcher. I mean, who knows? But
Possible. Yeah, I mean, there is some, and you mentioned before about the missing witness charge and or instruction, and now we're talking about Welcher, and maybe he wasn't going to be called on rebuttal. There is an element of strategy that's always invoked in every trial. Not every witness on the witness lists for both sides was ever going to be called. I mean, you put everyone to preserve your ability to call them, and there's kind of gamesmanship, ethically speaking, gamesmanship that is involved. But I do believe that Brennan didn't call Welcher because he was told not to. But in addition to that, I think he just realized more damage would be done, especially because of the X-rays, and especially because, and if you think about it, when Welcher testified, the next witness that testified, it was in the defense case, and um it wasn't Daniel Wolf, and it wasn't Rentschler. It's really uncomfortable to juxtapose two experts. Welcher if you can you imagine having Welcher one day and Rentschler the next day, or Rentschler one day and Welcher the next day? It's like night and day. You can't compare them. It's finger painting versus like astrophysics. That also has really bad optics. I mean, you would literally be spoon feeding the jury how ill equipped and frankly, I don't even know what the right word would be, just laughable that Welcher was. If you're going to put him on in a rebuttal case right after the defense closes their case. So I think that I don't know if there was bluffing or maybe there was a fear of Welcher getting really cross-examined, you know, put the whole case would have been put to bed if he sat him down. When you don't put a witness in the box, as we say, then Brennan is still going to skirt in that gray zone, that gray area where he likes to swim, which is he likes to be equivocal. He did it with the court with Betterow. He did it with the court with Arca. He would say, I don't have a problem if Betterow is added to the team. But then like a week later, he had a problem. He would say, I don't have a problem with Arca testifying, but then a week later he had a problem. Brennan likes to kind of stay in the bob and weave zone. And if he didn't put on a rebuttal case, he's going to probably try, and you'll all see it tomorrow. He's going to probably try to pass some morsels of misinformation or disinformation to this jury in his closing, because that's what he's comfortable doing. He's slimy. He's a slimy idiot, and those are my opinions. So, if anyone wants to come at me and sue me for defamation, just send it to my law office.
Back to that. Shady Hank Brennan. A couple of comments were very helpful, letting me know that my audio from the Turtle Boy Zoom hearing wasn't working. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't realize that. The first 10,000 people telling me that today didn't like I didn't know. I didn't need one comment, but 10,000 of you told me that. Thank you so much.
I could have sworn I heard your audio. I thought I
It
heard.
was. It worked earlier. They basically shut it down during lunch. So we tried to start the second stream.
Mm.
I had the audio was working. I had the Zoom up. I was waiting. They came out. I'm like, perfect. I'm just about to hit the StreamYard goes down.
You
And
know,
I'm like,
Mike, I
so for
want
the
to.
next hour, I'm refreshing StreamYard, trying to get it up. And I got a dog I gotta walk. So I ran over the dog. I hit all the school traffic I didn't want to hit. I come flying back. I turn it on and StreamYard's still down, but Turtle Boy's down on break. I thought it was over, and then I hear it started up. So I'm like, oh, I'll get it on EVMux. I put EVMux up. I get it up, no audio. I mean, it was a nightmare today. And we did get some good audio from earlier, but it didn't work out. It's just the way it goes. Some people are so impatient. They're like they're paying $100 for it. It's like, well, how do you think I pay? I'm actually paying for the service and it's
Oh
not
yeah,
working. And it's wasted probably 4 of my hours today.
it's expensive
I'm the
too.
one who should be mad, not the people sitting there going, "Oh."
Hey, Mike, I remember the first time because you were the first channel I ever streamed as a guest on. And I remember leading up to that evening, and I didn't really know what to expect. I knew you were going to send me a link, I knew it was StreamYard, and I was like, ooh, okay, I better get a StreamYard subscription. I don't need one, but
Oh my god.
I now know I didn't need one. I
Oh my
bought
god.
one. They're
Oh my god.
expensive.
Yeah.
So,
And they
maybe
raised their prices. Like they doubled, like it went up like 60, 70% this year. And it's like, and it's gotten worse.
it is,
I mean,
but
it
every
doesn't work like it used to. They got taken over by a big company, and now the prices go up and the service goes down. It's just typical.
everybody kind of asks me, "Oh, Nan, are you going to start your own channel? Are you going to stream?" I have every single thing I need to stream on my own channel, and I do not want to. I down to a StreamYard subscription. I don't want to. Maybe one day, and I mean it literally for one day. What I dream about is, because I would never. I don't need to monetize. I don't need subscribers. I don't need all of that. And I have this like little channel that's linked to my handle on YouTube. I guess everyone does. But for one day, I dream about, wouldn't it be great to host on my channel and I get to interview who I want to interview related to this case. And I wouldn't do it for, to make money or to garner clicks or build some type of following, but I would love to have one day, Mike, where I get to have you as a guest and I interview you and I get to interview Brian LTL, Mazza, Aiden, Meredith, anyone. Like, I'd love to talk to Scott McGinnis, and I'd love to talk to just have one day where I get to have, for whatever it is, 12-hour stream where I get to ask the questions, the tough questions. So that's what the stuff I dream about at night. And I did want to take the opportunity to also tell you that I very much, as a viewer, appreciate that you stream these hearings, without commentary. So if I do go to creators chats and their channels, and I'll say, oh, I want to hear what um this person has to say about it, or maybe I want to pop onto that person's channel and see what they're doing, but when I just want to hear what's going on, I especially love going to the Young Jerks, because I know, all right, it's just going to stream and I'm going to listen and I'm going to put it on 2.0 or 3.0 speed when I'm running and get it all done. So that is a tremendous service to me. And please don't ever stop that. If you're ever streaming future hearings, I love it.
I like to do it that way. I mean, if it's something I want to talk about it later at the night. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just easier to do it that way too. I don't want to talk over something when something's that I want to hear. You know what I mean? I want to listen too. So, um, yeah, we had that super chat here.
Yeah. And guys,
Uh,
just
Matt,
feel free to throw any super chats in. I unfortunately have I have an end time that's going to be approaching at 5:30, but if you want to throw any questions my way, or show the channel some support, always appreciated.
Masters of Criminology says thoughts of the lesser included. Sounds like OUI may be included in addition to the other lesser and included from last trial.
Yeah, that's a great question, because to be perfectly honest, I never really saw the forms, and when I was listening to the hearing today, why were they all not standing in front of microphones? Did anybody, like, I can see your chat. Like, somebody please tell me if anyone struggled to hear what was going on in that courtroom today, because I had a hard time. But to answer,
Karen Reed? You talking about Karen Reed?
yeah, both of them actually.
Yeah.
But when the attorneys and Karen Reed were like arguing, when Yannetti was arguing and Lally was arguing, I had a hard time hearing. I'm sitting there pushing the AirPods in my ears. But as it sounds to me like OUI is kind of grouped into one of the lesser included. I don't know the answer to your question though, because I'm not fully informed on what is going to be presented to the jury. What I will tell you is it's completely ridiculous that they're going to have closing arguments and this case in the hands of the jury tomorrow. And when last I saw, Judge Canoni doesn't even have finalized forms. They didn't have finalized instructions. So this is unheard of. Like, this stuff is supposed to be hashed out in advance. So I don't really know what's going on. I have that it's the one area of worry I have is this jury going to mess up the second charge on this? Like, are they going to mess it up like the first jury did? And is Canoni going to have the balls to properly instruct the jury on how to do this, how to go through these forms? But that's the most I can say for now. And I'm happy to, if you want to reach out to me on social media to your question asker, I'm happy to give better insights. Oh, I did just see someone though, Mike. Someone just asked thoughts on the PowerPoint Bev denied. Um, so Judge Canoni denied the admission. She will not allow the admission of Rentschler's PowerPoint into evidence, and I think that's also ridiculous. I don't know why she's doing that. Didn't what's his name? All these experts have similar names. Welcher's PowerPoint is in evidence, if I understood it correctly when it happened. Why Rentschler's is not in evidence is beyond me. Somewhere at some point during today's conference, I think it was Yannetti. He said this is supposed to be about the truth. He doesn't understand why the Commonwealth was fighting to keep the truth away from this jury. And that's what I don't understand. I have a real hard time. I struggle with that. But it's my thoughts are that Rentschler's PowerPoint, which was really relied upon during his testimony, should go into evidence. The jury may have questions about that highly technical data.
Seems like that other side, they were cheering when the archive video came out because the plastics broke, and they didn't want to, like, all the trolls, the Kevins of the world, they're all celebrating, say, "Oh, look how dumb the defense is to put that on," because they think that the jury will be fooled by that. That's what they're hoping. They don't want to actually look at the Kevins of the world don't want to actually look at the facts of what the ARCA investigation showed. They just want to point out one little thing that they hope will confuse some jurors. And that's like Hank Brennan. Hank Brennan is just like Kevin, dishonest. They
Yeah.
want to actually confuse people. They are looking to confuse people. It's so funny how Kevin used to say to me, Karen Reed's guilty.
Oh,
You know what, Kevin? Karen's innocent. And
yeah.
that's your projecting. You've been projecting for a long time, Kev. Kev, it's not too late. You got one freaking night. You got one night to get your shit together and admit Karen Reed is innocent. You got one night. If you
To
don't do it tonight, Kevin, the rest of your life, even if you did turn around and admit it tonight, we're still not going to forget what you've done. But you know what, Kev? It might save you a little bit, just a little bit, Kev, because right now we've got every single post you made when you claimed the chip off, when you claimed that this was going to
yeah.
sink Karen Reed over and over again, when you guys talked, when you said that there was no x-rays taken, all that stuff. Everybody's got it, and you're going down tomorrow, and you know it, and Karen's innocent, Kev. So time for you to fess up. Time for you to stop hanging out with the crusty panties. And Kev, do you have some legal liability? You said the pit bull was getting in trouble. Your crew came after me and tried to pretend that I did crimes. Kev, are you the one who's actually in trouble? Because I heard some stuff from the juror last night, and I was wondering. I was like, is she talking about Kevin? Is my friend Kevin gonna get
Yep.
arrested? I'm wondering, Kev, are you gonna get charged with witness intimidation? Kevin,
Ooh.
Yellow Cottage Tail. Jeez, dude, what have you done to yourself? It's so funny how you projected on me for 2 years, and now, Kev, we know that Karen's innocent, and we know that you're still trying to fix it against Karen. You're disgusting. You're a pig. End of story. I don't
I
know. It just
I don't know about you guys watching, but does everyone love a good Mike Crawford rant? I do. It's giving. It's like, it just fuels the soul. But in addition to that, hey Kevin, I know that you blew off the challenge for a debate that I gave to you on April 7th, and I know that you kind of put it out on one of those discords with KP and all of the trolls out there that had concerns about the optics of debating a woman or having to yell at a woman. So we can hold all of that aside. Yet you continue to post replies on my tweets because you're looking for attention. But I will say, it's too late for you. I know, Mike, you were saying it's not too late. It is too late for you, Plevin. You sold your soul. And also, I would be a little bit additionally concerned because now that we know, and I didn't hear it uttered myself, but now that we know from Paul O'Keefe's sworn in court testimony that KP had a direct hand in orchestrating all that was involved in Aiden's trial, that led up to that trial today. Now that we know KP helped facilitate having the FV in court that day with the family. Well, I mean, aren't you, Plevin and KP, best buddies? So I have a feeling it's all interconnected, and there's going to be a reckoning someday.
be knocking on Kevin's parents' door.
Yeah. Well,
Kev,
is
I'm
it?
just wondering, Kev, have you gotten any phone calls, like knocked on the door? Not phone calls, knocks on the door. Have you had any summons taped to your door? I'm just wondering, Kev.
Maybe he'll have lunch or coffee again with Brian Higgins to discuss it in the future.
Or Hank Brennan. Maybe Hank Brennan will meet up with them for another lunch.
Yeah, and I
Well, I
heard
know that happened too. I know that Hank Brennan's had lunch with them all. He had lunch with KP. He had lunch with Kevin. I heard that the whole crew has been hanging out with Hank Brennan. You can tell too. Hank Brennan's talking points are all from them.
And I heard that I think it was from Jess Machado's um tweets today. I think it was from her. Somebody said today that Hank was watching Aiden's trial. At some point, there it was out there on social media from a reputable source that Hank was watching Aiden's trial today, at least in part. And if that's the case, well, if I were an attorney on the eve of closing arguments, I wouldn't be wasting my time with Aiden Carney. I would be worrying about making sure I put together a bang up closing argument. But I guess, as they say, you can't put lipstick on a pig. Although you can try. I get a lot of questions about my lipstick. I'm happy to give Brennan some
To
guidance
give
and
them.
advice.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be great? Like, he can reach out to me if he wants advice on how to put lipstick on a pig. But,
okay. Send it 199 pound says, will TB restraining order still stand after not guilty? I think it does. I don't think that affects that. I
oh,
don't know.
yeah. Oh, wait, the
Unless-
TB restraining order, the one he ha wait,
So
does he have
she has a
point
restraining
extent?
order against him.
Yeah,
That's how
no,
this all started.
I
Yeah.
believe it does still stand, although I don't know. I'd have to I didn't hear how the judge ruled. Sometimes a judge will issue additional rulings and say, I'm lifting this all together because it looks like it certainly appeared the fake victim, that's my term, not that of the show, the fake victim was using a restraining order as a sword and a shield here. So
He did get and previously before, like, he did get that change where he can go to court. Like, he
right.
that restraining order apparently doesn't apply anymore to court like
Mhm.
it did back then. So,
Okay. Yeah.
as far as I know.
I'm very
Um,
happy for him. Everyone should tune in. I'm sure he's streaming tonight.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Beth V sent $10 and says, "Hi Nan, love your commentary. Can the defense talk about the fact that the Commonwealth was doing shady things in closing? Can they outright say you have to vote not guilty on all the counts?"
Yeah, so it's a two-part question, Beth. The defense can and should state or imply that the Commonwealth was doing some, shady things. For example, they should really hammer home the issue in terms of the hoodie. Like, the prosecutor showed you that hoodie and made you think that those holes were caused by either the tail light or striking the ground. They're allowed to do that. That's my little reminder alarm. But anyway, they're allowed to do that, and they should. The judge will keep them on a tight leash in doing that. As far as the you have to vote not guilty on all the counts, absolutely. They're going to say stuff like that. They're going to hammer home reasonable doubt. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be done in a very, very creative way that is going to basically shepherd the jury into not being able to find any other conclusion other than not guilty on all counts.
I'm gonna be driving for some of it tomorrow. I'm just looking so forward to seeing who goes first. Does the prosecution go first in the closing, and
Yeah.
then the defense? That's right.
And
So
then the prosecution gets to go again.
that's right. That's so weird. You'd
Your
think that
state is so
the
messed up. It's so
well,
it's not too late, guys. Move down to New Jersey, New York.
no, I'm not. I'm not moving. I'm changing the state. There's a lot of good things about the state too. I mean,
No, there are. I keep coming back up there. I look,
yeah,
my heart's in Boston.
we just got to make some changes. We got to get rid of the corruption, the 3 decade or whatever, the 3 generation. It's been like that's why we say it's like multi-generational. Like some of these like police officers, they're third generation
Yeah.
police officers. That's we just got to overturn that. You got to run. What are your final thoughts? Any final words you want to leave us before you take
Yeah.
off tonight, Dan Gallagher?
Thank you. And I apologize, Mike. Next time you ask, I will promise I'll give you as much time as you need. And I want to apologize for the little technical snafus I had today that's
You
caused
had none. It was me. You
I was a little
you were
late too.
perfect. No,
But
you weren't. You we had to change things, and you were so perfect. You're great. Don't
here's
no
thank you.
apology needed, please.
Here's what I will say. Um, when you all think about what you hear in the closing arguments from both sides, imagine you were a juror. Imagine that you were not biased. Imagine that you didn't know all that you know from being informed by watching content creators like the Young Jerks. Put yourself as a blank slate and just listen and soak it in. You're probably going to critique it a little bit. You're probably going to enjoy it a little bit. You might have problems with what you hear, or you might say, oh, they should have said this, or this was great. Soak it all in. Pretend that you are a blank slate, having learned this case very, very recently. And then say, who convinced you more? And then say to yourselves, do I think that it is appropriate for my government, meaning my commonwealth, my county, to criminally prosecute someone like me or my loved one based on evidence like this? And I have a sneaking suspicion you're all going to say it's not enough. We want more. We should demand more as a society. And I'm going to let you all know that I have a really, really good feeling. I'm projecting an acquittal. I'm projecting an acquittal on Monday. And I'm around on social media if anyone wants to message me or reach out. But let's have some fun, guys. It doesn't mean we're callous or we don't care about justice for John O'Keefe. But we're going to have a little fun in doing this because you invested years and hours and minutes of your lives. You probably ignored family and job obligations to invest in this. So we're going to have some fucking fun. And let's go. Let's go for
Yeah,
Aaron Reed.
fun tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out there outside tomorrow afternoon when I get there. Save me a parking space, please. Save me a so I can get in there. I guess the Grace Curley show, I'm gonna be doing it in Fall River at like 1:05. Usually I'm done at like 1:30, 1:40. So I'll probably take an hour to get there, maybe an hour and a half.
You'll
So
be
maybe about
fine.
3:30. I need a parking spot space behind the
You
court.
ain't
Make
getting a
sure.
parking spot, but I will tell
What am I
you,
gonna do? I'm gonna
you gotta,
just park leave my
I would
car somewhere.
yeah, I mean, if I were you, what I would do is park not right there, park further, in an outskirt and go take
Ugh,
an Uber in.
Uber.
That's what I would say. But anyway,
Perfect.
I wish everybody good luck. Get good rest tonight. It's been a pleasure being here, Mike. I hope to see you again very soon. And let's go free Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your show.
You too. Thank you so much, Nan
Bye,
Gallagher, and
guys.
hopefully we talk to you next time. It's Karen Reed's been acquitted.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, Mike.
Thank you so much, Nan Gallagher. Turn Nan Gallagher, follow her, LaFario at LaFario on Twitter. Thank you so much, Nan. I'm looking forward to talking to Dan on the show, and maybe Better Row after Karen Reed's been acquitted. That's what I'm trying to manifest. You never know. We could have Better Row this weekend, and we could be waiting for a jury verdict. I don't want that. I want to have Karen Reed acquitted tomorrow night. Let us manifest it. Let us dream about it. Let us pray for it. Whatever you do. I don't know if you believe in God, but if you do, pray to God. If you believe in nature, pray to nature. I don't care what you pray to. Just manifest it. Think of it in your mind. Positive thoughts for Karen right now and her family and her mother, her father, her brother, her cousin, everybody, her sister. I got to know all these people. I love the mom. The mom watches us a lot. I got to say, hi, Janet Reed. Keep up the faith. We're gonna win this tomorrow. This is it. It's coming to an end. I can feel it. I can feel it. Let's just keep it up. I felt it today. I was gonna say that Aiden's gonna be found not guilty today, and he was. So let's do it again tomorrow. I can't wait. You know what I want to end with? I want to end with the video that the judge saw. This came from Haley. Haley had posted this on Twitter. A lot of us have seen it before. Some of us haven't seen it. This is the video that Tim Bradle played for the judge yesterday in court. And you could tell that the judge reacted to it. The judge was like, I think I've seen enough of that, or something like that. Like the judge, I think, got an idea of what's going on with Turtle Boy and Aiden and Lindsay with this video. So I think it's a good little video to end the show with. And again, I'm gonna be down there. I hope everyone tomorrow. I'm gonna start the stream in the morning. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna be on EV Max or StreamYard. One of them. We'll be streaming definitely tomorrow morning from court. and I'll be at home for maybe an hour or so. And then I'm gonna jump in the car and I'm gonna drive down to Fall River. It's a long ride for me. So if anything happens to the court stream tomorrow, if it goes down, if StreamYard goes down or EV Max or whatever I'm streaming on, YouTube, whoever, if the feed goes down, I'm not gonna be able to bring it up. So just to let people know, I'm not gonna be able to get back to the house. So if something happens, it's down for the day. Don't cry about it in the feed. Go find your backup stream if you're watching it with us. But hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. Usually, for a 2-hour stream, we should be fine. Shouldn't be an issue. But again, I'm gonna be doing the Grace Curley show at like 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 1:05 is usually 1:05 p.m. You can watch that on what is it? Their Facebook, the Howie Carr Radio Network, the Facebook page that he has, or Grace Curley Rumble, Grace Curley Show Rumble, if you want to watch it live. You can also listen to it on a lot of radio stations all over New England. WRKO in Boston is one of them, syndicated 680 AM in Boston, but it's syndicated all over New England. Bunch of radio stations I'll be on tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. with Grace Curley, doing a live remote broadcast from Fall River. If you follow Grace Curley and Howie Carr, you might want to go to the event if you're in the area, because I'll be there. It'll be live. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to jump in the car and drive right over to the courthouse. So I hope to see you all. I hope to see a bunch of you outside the court tomorrow. And I hope it's a party and I hope we get to celebrate. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. If you're looking for me, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon outside the court or at the Grace Curley remote in Fall River. If you're down in Fall River tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this being over. Let's do this one more night. We just got to get through one more night, hopefully. All right, let's play this video. If I can get this video, if I can figure out how to do the video, let's see if we have sound. That's the thing. Oh man, I was so goddamn frustrated earlier. That was so frustrating. Hmm. I thought I downloaded the video. It's not there. Oh, let me hold on one second. Wait, let me make sure I got this video right. I guess I got to download it here, maybe. All right, I got it. Let me know if you hear this. Because, like I said, this is a new platform. I'm not really sure how. I didn't use earlier with it.
All right, I gotta go. Come on, get out of my car, please. Lindsay, can you get out of my car? Lindsay, get out of my car. The kids are sitting in there, it's probably sweating, so get out of my car, please. All right, I gotta go.
Again,
Come on, get out of my car, please.
I'm gonna stop this for 1 second. Again, for people that don't know, this is the video that Tim Bradle, Turtle Boy's attorney, Tim Bradle played for the judge yesterday. And this is an incident that led to a restraining order against the father of Lindsay Catani's kids. And I think when the judge saw this video, I think it really opened his eyes to what's going on here and the pattern and how she's kind of weaponized the stuff. Let's watch this. I just want to play it in full. I'm going to start from the beginning so you can see it if you haven't seen it before. I think it's a good video to view. And this, keep in mind, this is the chief witness that the state used against Turtle Boy. Just keep that in mind. This is the stuff that they're up to. You can't hear it? Well, I did stop it. When I was playing it, you couldn't hear it? I could hear it. Did you guys not hear it, or is it just one person? All right, I'm going to play it again. If you don't hear it, let me know. I'm going to start it from the beginning, and let's see. Let's hear it.
All right, I gotta go. Come on, get out of my car, please. Lindsay, can you get out of my car? Lindsay, get out of my car. The kids are sitting in there, it's probably sweating, so get out of my car, please. Come on, I gotta go get an oil change. Let's say bye to the kids. What's that? And you didn't do that for my car.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you didn't. Why did you say you did that for my car and you didn't?
Do what for your car?
You said you called it in. You did that.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yes, I fucking did. And you're welcome, by the way.
I said
I fucking go and help you
I
out.
said thank you.
And then you fuck me over behind my
How'd I
back.
fuck you over?
You're a
They're
fucking
taking
snake.
65%.
No, they're not. They're allowed
Okay.
to take 65%.
They're right.
Before taxes, it has not been anywhere near 65%. You're going to be proven wrong when they do the math in court.
Yeah.
Because every fucking pay stub, they're going to go back and look. And it
Here
hasn't
comes
been
the cops,
anywhere
Lindsay.
near.
Lindsay,
You're
here
so
comes
dumb.
the police.
You're so dumb.
Here comes the police, Lindsay. Lindsay, here comes the police.
No fucking education.
Lindsay, here comes the
Doesn't even know
police.
anything.
Here comes the police, you asshole. Get out of my car. Come on. Lindsay, get out of my car. Nice going, Lindsay.
Nice going. You better stop, Frankie, because I'll tell them.
Get out of my car.
You better stop. You better stop.
Thank
You
you.
better stop.
Thank you. Nothing.
You can talk to that officer.
Nothing. I just parked here, and she might come over with my.
Folks. Do you hear that voice? It's the same voice I heard on the audio with Aiden back in the day. Who's the abuser? That poor guy. I felt bad for that guy. You could tell he's very calm. She's in his car. She's smoking cigarettes. The kids are, I mean, the hell you smoking butts in the car with it looks like the kids in the car. Oh, and then that voice. Not guilty. Congratulations to Turtle Boy. I'll see everyone in this stream tomorrow morning from court. And then I hope to see you out in front of the courthouse tomorrow, Friday afternoon. I hope we're celebrating. Let's manifest this tomorrow afternoon. Let's let it all come to an end tomorrow afternoon. I'm praying. I'll see you all then. Keep your spirits up. And look how far we come with this. This is just. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. How many are you going to be there tomorrow or Monday? No matter where you are, if you can't be there tomorrow, you got to be celebrating. Tonight we're celebrating. We're celebrating Turtle Boy. It's maybe a small case, it may be just a misdemeanor, but Turtle Boy defeated the state today, and I'm looking forward to watching Turtle Boy tonight in court as well. Free Karen Reed, free Turtle Boy. Also, Saturday, I believe I'm doing a show, a Turtle Boy fundraiser with some great people, with DJ Calling All Beings, as well as Jen Altman. Looking forward to that. Saturday night, raise some money for the Turtle Boy Defense Fund. Hopefully, I'll see some of you tomorrow in court, outside of court, on the street, celebrating. And I'll see the rest of you online. And hopefully in the morning from court, we'll get to see this great closing statement. I can't wait to see. I think it's going to be Alan Jackson tomorrow. I'm not even sure who it is, but I'm assuming it's Alan Jackson. We're almost there, people. Maybe with just one more night. And then we'll free Turtle Boy, too. Keep the faith. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Nan Gallagher. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you, Sarah and Jeno and Stephanie and MJ. I got to also make sure I wish Ari the best. Little girl, she broke her arm, it looks like, and MJ takes care of her. So her granddaughter, I just got to wish MJ and Ari good vibes this weekend as well. And God bless my moms for putting up with me and all of you getting mad at me because I couldn't get my shit together today. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great night.